The Shep Naz Podcast begins now.
Welcome to the Shep Naz Podcast. I'm Joe, and I'm your host today. And today I have with me Pastor Nick, our Johnstown campus pastor. And there's been a lot of things going on up there, and I thought it would be great to have him come in and kind of give us an update on some of that and maybe some things that are coming up that you might be interested in. So welcome in, Pastor Nick.
Thanks for having me, Joe, as always. It's good to be here.
It is good to have you. I noticed we both got our coffees this morning.
Some branded stuff right in.
That's quite all right. And we have had quite a few things happening. It's been a lot of exciting growth up in Johnstown.
Yeah, good things happening all around, really, when I look across just different ministries, different people, individually, collectively. Pretty exciting things happening that we celebrate and share together. And so those of you that might be listening might be aware of some of the stuff. Others might not be. So it'll be good just to kind of share a little bit about the things that have been going on, things that we're excited about. But for sure, September, I shared this, I think, with the church, the campus over there a couple weeks ago. September, we kind of laid low a little bit. Mm-hmm. August was pretty busy for us as a campus. And then September, we did a few things that were good, but a little breather type of month. And then October definitely is making up for the laid back September. But it's been good things that I think have been beneficial to the efforts and people. So it's been good.
Well, and one of those things, we'll kind of take them in chronological order.
Sure.
So I'll keep track.
Yeah.
But back in September, we did a 1-for-1 for Jordan Crossing, and that happens to be a ministry that Noah is really connected with.
He's heavily involved in that. He's been involved for a while.
And so we thought, to go beyond just supporting them financially, which is an important thing to do, and we encourage people to do that, but also to go that extra step and to get involved and be part of the ministry.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of curious how things went, because I know that would be a little bit of a culture shock coming from Johnstown and going to the west side of Columbus and kind of seeing it's one thing to see on the internet the issue of homelessness or see it on the news, something like that. But it's a whole different thing when you actually realize, wow, these are real people dealing with real problems.
And that's so true. Just the things, you hear about it and you have somewhat of an awareness, but to be able to see it in real time, in real life, it just changes the perspective. And going along, this is like what you were alluding to with the 1-for-1s in general. Like, that's part of the hope, I think, has always been in highlighting these ministries is going beyond just we put it up on the screen, we have little videos, but actually getting people involved in more ways than just having that awareness. And certainly the monetary stuff is helpful to all these ministries, but being able to get involved, be in the hands and feet ourselves is great. And I know that's difficult sometimes with some of the location of the ministries and efforts, but this is close enough, Jordan's Crossing, that let's take a trip down there, and having the connection with Noah, it just made a lot of sense. And so we organized that effort, threw it out to our campus, and I think Gahanna too, but we had such a strong response in Johnstown that we decided, we got to maybe do it more than just this once, because there are so many of the people that wanted to be there and be involved, which was great. So we did that a couple weeks ago. I don't even remember. Like I said, it's been a busy month. But, we had, I think, about 12 to 13, 14 people go down. We carpooled, so we went from that was one of the talking about culture shock. A few of our folks in Johnstown, that's kind of far, and it's not too far, but just some of them were a little cautious about driving, 270, getting all the way over there. So we carpooled from Johnstown, took several vehicles, and went down there. Our goal was we had a couple of tasks to make breakfast on site, to distribute it, package it up, I didn't really know what to expect with that, but we had planned for about, I don't know, 60-ish, 70 meals. So we were going to make breakfast while other people were packaging up, making like peanut butter and jelly and packaging up lunches that would then be used to pass out to some of the camps around close by, organizing some of the donations, things like that. So we went in there and we made it work. It was not super organized, like from the start, but everyone was great about just kind of finding a role and dispersing the effort and tasks. And so everybody eventually found a place to be helpful. And so we spent a couple hours doing that, all hands on deck, making the breakfast. We had like eggs, bacon, sausage, toast. So there at the facility at Jordan's Crossing, it's kind of a unique place. Seriously, those that are listening, the next trip that we organized to get out there, definitely want to be a part of it, just to go out there, see what it's like. But they have kind of a communal area where people can come in, maybe just get out of the elements for a little while. There's tables and chairs there, but we went on Saturday and it's not guaranteed. They don't know if there's going to be breakfast, the people who are getting served there. So it was kind of like a treat for them. Oh, there's a hot breakfast. So
I imagine word spreads on that pretty quick.
So that's what one of the leaders there was saying. Like, yeah, what happens is they show up, then they go back and they got hot breakfast, and so people, word starts to spread, and people just start showing up, and so we did that. It was great once we got into it. Served, I think Noah said we ended up serving about 100 meals. So we definitely we ran out of like eggs and stuff, but we had plenty of like sausage and bacon and stuff. So everything we took, it was gone by the time we were done making it and stuff. And so after that, Noah took, I think, a car full of folks out to some of the camps to pass out some of the lunches and some of the breakfasts that were packed up into boxes. And I tried to feel out some of the, after going and coming back, saying, how was that?
Yeah. What did you think?
And it was good for people to see that kind of thing, because it just stirs in a person like a compassionate like desire to, this, like you said, these are real people that are living like things that are just tough for us to grasp in our everyday life. So to be able to expose it, and just hearing some of the people were saying like, I've never seen anything like that. Didn't know what to expect. And they said, we didn't know where we stopped. I was like, why are we stopping? It's like, just through this little opening here.
Yeah, just walk back
you
here.
said you wouldn't even know it walking by, but there's a whole camp of community back there of people. And even things like, it's a sobering, humbling thing when Noah's given instruction, because you're in another person's territory type of thing. And so you want to be respectful and just not do anything to cause a stir, but even hearing things like, watch where you step, because of just some of the things that are around with the addiction, just having that kind of thing, being told that is like, oh, wow. So it
brings a whole nother level of reality where, there's some real danger involved in being in ministry when you're on the front lines like that. And when you were talking about how breakfast started to grow, I was just thinking of the saying, just one beggar telling another beggar where to find food. And certainly there's a parallel as you're looking at how breakfast was being served, of how we are to minister as believers, that even at the most basic level, somebody that is living homeless in Columbus found breakfast, and they went back and told somebody else, hey, you could go get breakfast too. Instead of just, sitting down and like, oh, I got a full belly and keeping it to myself. It was news that they wanted to share.
Yeah.
And
it was awesome to be able to be involved in that, and really looking forward to making it more of a regular thing, I think, in the future. So,
well, and as you mentioned, of all the ministries, that's one of the reasons we do One for One, is that we realize that the Lord may gear you in different ways. And there may be a ministry 1 month where you're like, that doesn't really hit it for me. And there might be the next month you're like, okay, this is something I think I could get involved in. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why we try to showcase different ones. And in the meantime, it's also very helpful to these ministries.
Yeah.
So that was just one thing that's happened.
That was
this
a good
month.
start to the month.
And then you were kind of launching a new ministry with the youth. It's come that time, and these are things that have been on the drawing board for a while, and it's kind of like, when do we start these things? And so tell us about the new thing that got started up there.
Yeah, like I was alluding to earlier, just cool things happening all around the campus in different areas. One of those being the youth ministry. Like, we know that that's an important ministry, but we're limited, in our Noah and I, in our leadership capacity. So really what it would take for that ministry to get off the ground is someone else saying, I'm passionate about that, and I want to really, I'm not exaggerating, start something from absolutely nothing. So God brought someone along, James, to stir in him passion to minister to youth. And so he came to us a while back saying, I want to kind of be involved in that, and I'd be willing to start something from nothing. And so that was all we needed to say, all right, let's work through this and figure it out. And so we spent a little while game planning and just doing some of the detailed behind the scenes work. Okay, what would this take? What's our strategy? Do we want to launch with big events or start slow? Or so I think where we came down on is that we want to start like kind of a weekly meeting just to do something. That's really what we said. Like we just need to do something. The time's right, just to start something and have it snowball into whatever it could become in the future. And so we officially launched that youth ministry, the weekly gathering, on the 12th, I think. And leading up to that, we're like trying to get the word out in the community, because really that demographic, that age group, is not well represented in the Johnstown campus just yet. So really what it would take is being able to connect with people outside of the church in the community. And so that's really big part of our effort, is how can we not necessarily get people to come and show up, but put ourselves in their path. And so those are just some of the things we're brainstorming about how to do. And we had we sponsored a skating rink night or afternoon, just as a way to have connection points and relationship building opportunities with people in the community. And so we know that that's going to be big in that effort going forward. And just thankfully we have the guy and the people really who are willing to do those types of things, and some of the not glamorous work that it takes for that kind of ministry to get off the ground. So we're brainstorming a few ideas to come. Hopefully in the next several months. One of the big things we're kind of figuring out right now is a glow dodgeball type of event. So to be held at the schools there in Johnstown. So we're everyone listening, be in prayer for that, because it'll take prayer for us to get approval and for everything to come together. But we see that as kind of our first big opportunity to make a splash and just really be able to have a relationship with the youth there in Johnstown. So,
well, and one of the things that's exciting to me about it is that although we're calling it youth group, this by necessity has to be a youth outreach.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like one of those things, some youth groups, and I don't mean this to be demeaning in any way, but youth groups at some churches are just a matter of entertaining the teenagers that happen to be attending already. And
kind of a self-running.
Right. And so this is going to be a situation where it will be birthed in outreach.
Yeah.
So
which I'm okay with. You know, if that's part of the culture to begin with, just having that mindset of outward focused from the start, that's something that will, transcend even beyond just the start. If that's part of the DNA. So
I think that's great. All right. So then, you didn't know it at the time, but you picked one of the rainiest, windiest days to schedule a church picnic.
Yep. We did.
This past Sunday. So I happened to be in service Sunday morning, but I had to take care of some other things Sunday afternoon. So do tell, how did things work out for the church picnic?
Yeah, we're big on fellowship opportunities, and it had been a while for that type of thing. So I said, let's get this on the calendar. Didn't know if we would be able to make it happen because, we're getting a little bit later in the season to where, a picnic but it's hit or miss. You might have an 80-degree sunny day. You might have 40 degrees and rainy. Well, we had the 40 degrees and rainy, not quite that extreme, but it was a pretty miserable day for a picnic. So I was asking a few ladies around the church, knowing that was in the forecast, say, hey, should we just cancel or what, move? And the feedback that came was like, no, let's still do it, but let's just move it indoors. So we had a church picnic inside, which it didn't, prohibit any of the good fellowship. And we had a good showing from the campus there. Still come out, and of course, all the favorites of the family, food wise, showed up, and it ended up being a great time. People just coming together, share over some food, and played. We brought the cornhole inside, which it still works. We scraped the ceiling a few times, but it was still a lot of fun, and we look forward to doing those types of things regularly. So it was a good time.
Nice. Well, this coming Sunday here at Gahanna campus, we have the Trunk or Treat event, which we're hoping for one of those breakthrough 80-degree days, or at least mid-70s.
That would make it a lot more fun for everyone.
Nice. And there's a lot of excitement there, so we encourage you, if you're around the Gahanna campus, to do that. That's going to be between 5 and 7:30 p.m. But in addition to that, there's actually something going on up in Johnstown next week.
Right.
Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, in our space over in Johnstown is not, it's not the same as here in Gahanna. Our location and just the space of parking lot and even the church building, if you have been there, you're familiar. So you got to get a little bit creative because you still want to do something, minister, outreach type things, opportunities. And so, the traditional trunk or treat type thing might not translate to our context over in Johnstown. So, but what is happening is the community trick or treat on the 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. And what we've done the last couple years is we've just been a presence downtown at the square there in Johnstown during that time, just being able to be the salt and light as the church with the community, what's going on. And so that's what we're planning on doing again this year. So it's pretty cool. We have our women's ministry. They put together some pretty cool, nicely put together treat bags. So those are, I think, were put together this Tuesday at time of recording yesterday. Those were put together by the ladies. Last year we ran out. I think they made 250 bags last year. And I had to make a Kroger run in the middle of trick or treat. So I said, let's make 350. this year. And so that's what we did. And luckily we had plenty of candy. We asked the same donations to be brought in. And so we had a good response to that as well. So those treat bags. But then also what we do is we make and pass out popcorn, which is pretty cool. It smells real good as people are walking around Main Street and just walking around town. They can smell it from before they see it. So we have that thing going. And last year we did about 300-ish, 400 bags of popcorn we passed out. We had that thing going for like 4 hours nonstop, popcorn being made. So we're probably going to make some ahead of time a little bit, just to have a little stockpile ready. But we'll have that thing going. And then we usually attach like a little thing to those treat bags, just about the church and, something like that, I think is effective too. So we're really looking forward to that. It's always a good time. If the weather's good, last year the weather was awesome on Trick or Treat. So that makes a big difference.
What's the date and time on that?
Yeah, Trick or Treat in Johnstown is October 30th. That's Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. We'll be there in Johnstown as a presence. So
nice. And if you're regularly attending Johnstown, definitely let Nick know that you want to be part of the presence there, because I know you'll need plenty of volunteers, especially if you're going to be passing out 300 bags of popcorn and treat bags and all that kind of stuff. So
it'll be a good time.
All right. Anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
I think that's enough. That's a lot, isn't it?
It is. It is quite a bit.
But it's good stuff.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
And so is everyone else up there. That's a good thing. All right. Well, you can, as always, check out everything that's going on at the church by going to shepnaz.org. And if you find one of these things that might be interesting to you, also, you can let us know when we were talking about Jordan Crossing, if that's something that you wanted to be a part of the next trip. Just email podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know that, and we'll get that to the right people. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. For Pastor Nick, I'm Joe. Have a great day. This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.